Good morning. Thank you for joining me today. As you can see, I'm going to do some painty papers. But before I begin, I'm going to make an admission. There's nothing on this earth that intimidates Carol more than this, doing this. One would not think that I spent years taking watercolor lessons, that I've painted horses' portraits. And when it comes to doing this, you'd think I was trying to practice for Mount Everest. Complete craziness what we can do to ourselves. So, I got out my schmanky paints. I figured, why don't we plunge in on the good paint end? And I got out some paper. This is my wipe up paper. I got out two of my good brushes. I decided, why not? This is my silver black velvet number 6 and number 8. Some water. The rest of my brushes in case I decide I want them. I want to also try painting on antique papers. So my good friend Linda sent me this, and I thought I might try. Now this is a little shiny. In fact, well, it's semi-shiny. 1912. I know that this kind of paper often takes watercolor very well, believe it or not. I went and got a fresh piece of coffee dyed and avocado paper. I have great intentions, but it's very easy to make this setup compared to actually doing it. Now, I've worked in this ledger before. I've got this open because I want those paints to dissolve a little on the top. I put some water on them. Where am I going to put this puppy? Right over here. Antique ledger papers take anything. Financial Secretary book, number 11. And 1911, 1910. And so forth. Many names. And I'll show you that these books do take about anything you want to do to them. Here, stamping, painting and collage, and so forth. Let's go back further. There's more stuff in here. A combination of 2017. Collage, papers, background, doodling. I think I'm going to make I think I'm going to scan that one. More collage, and so forth. And the beat goes on. Oh, I like that one. That's a big chunk of collage and probably some acrylic paint. My, don't I like that. I think I have some of that paper left. This is not the point of the exercise, Carol. Just sharing. These are a lot of things that I did in 2017, sorry. Napkins. Yes, napkins and stencils. Some my Joe Sonia gold. Well, any more? Oh, yes. Okay, that's the last page in the book. A very large collage and some background with some iridescence in it, which is something I don't use. Well, I guess I did here. So, we're going to try this because, yes, that's the end of that. Okay, we're going to try our hand before we do anything else to find out for sure that this will take watercolor. Let's do it to it. If I don't plunge in, I'll be dancing around this studio, thinking of other things. Where are you? You're hiding on me. Where are you? Right here. Okay. Let's put you back over there where you belong, and you are number 8. This is a big paper. Wet up the brush. Let's go get number 218. Let's get 218 going. (1903), Sophia Thompson. Oh goodness, these fingertips. (53, 55). What happened on the other side? Did it come through? Would you believe no? It did not come through. This is magic paper. The paper of those in that era. Wonderful stuff. Let's try another one and be even loosey-gooser with it. And let's go over one more. Let's add a little coloration in here. Soaky. Let's see what happens when I really lay on the water. Nothing so far. Nothing so far. Second row, third one in. Number 534. Let's go over that again. Let it get a little greener. Okay. Now, that is very, very wet. Let's set this aside and give it a chance to dry. When I say very, very wet, I want you to see this as best you can. Do you see how wet that is? And nothing. So don't be afraid to use old papers. So that's experiment number 1. Where's this one? Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, neutral. Let's just see what happens. Let's lighten up the color. We're going to use this paint. And this is paper from 1912. Nothing. You have to love it. You just do. And then you've got to plunge in and use what you have. Just playing. Sometimes it's just hard to believe. Of course, a lot of this is this brush. My grandmother's saying was that you get what you pay for. This makes a sharp point. You notice how it keeps all of the bristles together. Love this neutral. It's got just the tiniest touch of purple in it. Well, we have taken our time learning about antique paper, that it maintains itself no matter how much water we have floating on the paper. Quality, quality. They made things, and I sound like my grandmother again, they made things right in those days. Okay. So, now, let's go back to Let's go back to this one. And see what we might want to do now. Here's a color that I don't often use. So this is as good a place as any. My. Very good. Very good. I'm not dilly-dallying, worrying about how those rectangles come out. We're going to call that one. Let's try 353. Let's thin it down a little bit. What will we do here? Let's have some more circles. A little more water. Now this is going to dry lighter, as you can see. A sip of water for me. And I think we can do one more up here. And lighter and lighter. Okay, let's go to this green. Let's try this one. I don't know what it's going to look like. Oh, yes, a bluey green. This is the time when the brush does the work. Pretty shade of green. Let's have some more. I want these leaves to be irregular, not like that. I have no idea what this is. But I love what the brush does. Maybe mushrooms? Some more of that green, I like it. There we go. Give that some color. Round 2, just what it needed. And now, a little bit of avocado dyed. Let's clean the brush. Do this in half. This one over here. And let's stripe this up a little bit. Let's just see. Let's just. And one down here. And that green that I liked. And one more. And this pink that we used. Move my whole arm, makes the line stay straight. Brush holds so much water. And no, I'm not affiliated. I just have my faves. Oh, this is a real goof up, Carol. Hey, part of the fun. Keep it on its point if you want this to work, Carol. Starting to press too much. Let's control the brush, not vice versa. Let's have a little bit of that yellow that we started out with. Well, this is starting to be fun. And I'm even running out of color, but that's okay. I'm going to put some more of that blue back here. I think that I've broken through a little bit on my Frady cat. Move this, it's damp. We've practiced on antique papers. This was the original one. And these are today's tries. I'm going to move this out of the way and place it so that it can dry. Leave it open so that they do not get moldy, because they do get moldy. And let's look back at this one. And as you can see, it has dried completely. And this paper has done its job, and I think we could say that the paper from this magazine from July 1912 has done its job, and I've done mine. I have gotten past the thing I had about this, and that is probably the only word you could use. Put this over here. Please try. Please give it a try. I know that you'll enjoy. Even I have worked past whatever was going on in my head. But I often find, in my case, it's a personal thing for Carol, the easier a job is to do, the harder I make it. If you have enjoyed this morning's quick visit, do give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Leave a comment. And I would appreciate your subscribing to my channel. Bye now.